Good morning, I am so happy to see you. Thank you for joining me in today's video where I show you how to crochet an adorable baby spider. These spiders are actually no-sew. Let's go over all of the materials you will need. The yarn I'm using is Premier Parfait Chunky. I prefer using chenille yarns on this pattern so it comes out a bit bigger rather than if you use thinner yarns. With Premier Parfait Chunky, I do use a 5.5mm hook. You will also need some scissors, a sewing needle, stitch markers, 4 9mm safety eyes, and some polyfill stuffing. So what we'll need to make first for the spider are its legs. All the legs will be crocheted separately and then will be crocheted in. So you'll want to make a magic ring. And then in that magic ring, you'll want to make 4 single crochets. And I like to crochet these pretty loosely, so that way I know sometimes chenille yarns can be a bit of a problem when it comes to the magic rings. And if you crochet a little bit more loose, it's easier to close that ring without snapping any yarn. So there I have 4 single crochets in the ring, and you'll just want to pull that tail. Then for round 2, you'll want to make 4 single crochets all the way around. So there's my first single crochet, and if you have a stitch marker, you can mark that stitch. There's the second crochet, and then the fourth, and that is round 2. And now what you want to do is turn your work inside out to make the correct side facing out. Your yarn tail should be on the inside. And then for rounds 3 and 4, you'll make 4 single crochets all the way around. So here I just ended on round 4, and this is what the leg looks like. And you can just go ahead and fasten off. And we actually won't need that inner yarn tail, so if you want, you can go ahead and just snip that and stick it in there. And then you can leave this tail for when we crochet them into the body, and you can secure them by tying the other legs together. So you'll want to repeat this to make 8 legs. So here I have the first one, so now I'll need to make 7 more. And once you have made all 8 of the legs, you can fasten them all off. You don't need to keep your yarn connected to anything. We will start to work on the actual body. Here you can see I have all of the legs crocheted and done. They're all fastened off, and we can just set those to the side while we work on the body. The body will be worked from the head to the butt. So starting with the head, you'll want to make a magic ring. And you'll want to put 4 single crochets in the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll pull that ring to close it. Then for round 2, you'll want to make increases all the way around. So 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. Here's my first single crochet, and I'll mark that. Then place another single crochet in the same stitch. And then just keep increasing. I'll pull on that tail again just to make sure it's nice and tight. Then for round 3, we will make 1 single crochet, 1 increase all the way around, just repeating that. So there is 1 single crochet and then an increase. And then just repeat. 1 single crochet, increase. Then for round 4, you'll make single crochets all the way around. There was my first single crochet, and then just keep her going. From here on out, we will be working in the legs. So for round 5, you'll make 2 single crochets with the leg. So here is the leg, and if you kind of fold it in half, since there is 4 single crochets around, you can match up 2 of them. So what you'll do is you'll stick your hook through one set of the crochets and then into the other side. So there are each of those, and then there's the others right there. So once you insert your hook there, then you can insert it into the next stitch of the body, and then just yarn over and pull through all of the layers, and then complete that single crochet. Then you can go ahead and mark that. Then you'll repeat that again, so you'll want to insert your hook and through the other stitches of the leg, and then through the next stitch of the body. Yarn over and pull through all the layers. Yarn over, pull through. And there's your first 2 single crochets attaching the leg. Now you want to make 2 more single crochets. There's 1 and 2. And then you'll want to repeat that and add another leg. Here's one of the legs. You can see just folding it. You can insert through both the sides, insert into the next stitch of the body, yarn over, pull through all the layers, finish that crochet, repeat, insert into the leg, insert into the head, yarn over, pull through, and finish. Then you'll just make 6 single crochets. All right, that is round 5 completed, and then we will just keep repeating that. So you'll want to grab another leg, remove that stitch marker, and then attach that leg. So it makes it easy when you just squish it and fold it and see where the stitches line up. Then insert into the next stitch. Mark that. Repeat into the leg, into the head. All right, there's the first 2 single crochets. Then you'll want to make 2 more single crochets. And then grab another leg and attach that with 2 single crochets. Then repeat. Then make 6 single crochets. And here you can take a moment to kind of tie those legs together with those tails. So with this side here, I have both of those tails, and I just like to tie them just to make sure they're extra secure. Same thing with the other side, grabbing the tails of those legs and tying a knot. And now you can kind of get an idea of where you want the eyes. Here are my 9mm eyes. So I like to put them between rounds 2 and 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So right in between there. And then for the other eye, I just put it right between 1 and 2 on the left side. So that way they're pretty even. And then for the other ones, I like to do it between 4 and 5 on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And between rounds 3 and 4 on the other side. And that's how it's kind of looking. If you want to change the placement of your eyes, you can. If you want to make them bigger or smaller, you totally can. I just think this looks best. I'm going to go ahead and just place the backs on them now that I like where they are placed. There you go. And now we can continue on to adding more rounds with the legs. We are on round 7, still doing the same thing. 2 single crochets with the leg. So just stick your hook through that leg, then into the head, pull all the way through, and there's the first single crochet of the round, back into the next set of stitches on the leg, then the head, then 2 single crochet, then 2 single crochet attaching a leg, then 6 single crochet to finish. And then for round 8, it'll end a little differently, but it'll start the same where you attach a leg with 2 single crochets. Then 2 single crochet onto the head. Then 2 single crochet with the leg, the last leg. Then you can go ahead and tie those tails of those last legs. And I like to use those tails kind of to stuff the head. And then finishing up round 8, you'll make 3 decreases. I do invisible decreases. Invisible decreases are where you use the front loop only. Usually you stick your crochet hook through both of these loops right here, and you'll just want to use that front loop right here. So there's the first front loop, then the next front loop, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, yarn over, pull through. Then you'll just repeat that again through the front loop of that one, front loop of the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So now we have completed the head. Then for round 9, we will make increases all the way around. Mark that first stitch, then make another in the same. First increase there, and just repeat all the way around. Then for round 10, we will make 2 single crochets, then an increase all the way around. So here is my first single crochet. Here's the second single crochet. Then I will increase. And then just repeat that all the way around. 1, 2, increase. If you want, you can take a second here to stuff the head a little bit. Now for round 11, you can make single crochets all the way around. Then for round 12, you will make 2 single crochets and then an invisible decrease. It doesn't have to be an invisible decrease, it's just what I prefer. Then for round 13, you'll want to make single crochets all the way around. So this is round 14, I'm making single crochets. Then for round 15, you'll want to make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. There's my first single crochet, and now I'll be doing an invisible decrease. And repeat all the way around. Now you can take a moment to stuff the butt. Then for the final round, you will make decreases all the way around. And I will be making invisible decreases. Then you can cut your yarn. But before we close the hole, I'm going to stuff it some more. Okay, I have finished stuffing the butt, making it nice and plump. Now you can grab your sewing needle and just put that tail onto there and close the hole using all the front loops. There's the next stitch, just putting it through that front loop and then continuing going through all the front loops of the final stitches. Then you can just pull the yarn and stick it back through the body. Then I'm just going to go ahead with my scissors and stuff that tail back into the head. Make sure it's not sticking out there. Now you have your very own baby spider. I think for a spider, it's pretty adorable, which is weird for me to say. Thank you so much for following along in today's video. I hope you enjoy your baby spider. Perfect for markets and Halloween time, a cute little decoration or a cute gift for Halloween. If you haven't yet, please subscribe so you can get notified when I upload next and stay up to date on all of my crochet goodness. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!